Okay, I think we're live. Hey, you everybody, I'm TheRelaxedMovement. This is Third Copy Studio. And what are we doing today? Let's open up the thing and show everybody. This is going to be an overlay for OBS and the stream, with a middle panel here that is gonna fade out. I don't know what to call that middle piece either. Alright. Get my stuff together here. We have to do the standard coffee chug. Oh, hot coffee in the winter. Well, I guess it's still fall, right? Few things better. Of course, I drink hot coffee even in the summer. I was kind of a fan of the cold coffee thing for a short time. There we go. It takes a second for my other shortcut thing to get paired up. Which part are we on? This is the middle panel that'll get faded out. So and I don't know if I'm ready to start rendering on that yet. What I want to do is work on foreground Sand of Frog. Hey yo, woo woo. Welcome in. Oh, is this all that light? Huh. No, it's locked out, that's why. There we go. Oh, really? It's a good one. I thought it was interesting. Why am I on this thing? It's like we have the oh, light table. What is that? I have not used light table. I don't know what that is, but let's not mess with that. Yeah, Rob Words is a cool channel. Some stuff I don't care, so I don't watch all of his stuff, but other stuff is interesting. I just don't like nerd out on it all the time. Alright, let's turn off Master Sketch and right, I was doing his head separate. I still have not figured out what I want to do with the animation. What I need to do is just finish the rendering and then worry about it. And I also don't think I need to well, I don't know. The fireplace isn't visible. You know what? I could move the fireplace over. And I like him being larger. This is huge right here. Man, I wish there was an easy way for me to do this. Otherwise, I just have to stick it onto the freaking OBS. Is everyone okay? All the millions of people that are here watching right now, is everyone okay if I take a moment to add something to OBS and see if we can like export a file of this? Beating them off with a stick today. Okay. Good. We have approval from the millions. Really? Yeah. Every viewer individually, right. Okay. I like that you go above and beyond. Alright, let's do... We'll save that here as is. Okay, and let's open up... let's open up the folder where it is. So we have... excuse me. Here. So what I'm going to try to do is we'll just stick this on the screen, okay? Because if, I don't know, like how big is this going to be on your, like what's it going to look like on the other side of it? Okay, hold on. Say okay again, Braxton. Say it again. Say it one more time. I won't. It's fine. Alright. I'm trying not to say it again. So I'm going to do this. Okay. Right, because it's not covering the taskbar, right? If we did this, then it's covering the taskbar completely. Okay, so if I do this... Damn you. It won't let me do that. There you go. Who's winning now? Jerk. There you go. Alright, so if I do this, and then I I'm full screening my my laptop. It's kind of large. Man, I wish I could just preview this like I would from a regular channel. What if I just go to my own channel? Yes. All right, hold on. Okay, I'm now signed into my own channel from the laptop. Just from, not from the preview screen from the dashboard, but from the regular band's new account. From the regular, like the regular viewership position. You know, you'd have chat over there taking up space, you'd have the regular window here without going full screen or theater mode, just like default. He is quite big. He doesn't need to be that big, right? It feels huge, right? Is this the size that he is right now? So let's go to... We'll leave him this size so I can paint him better, but then we will squeeze him down in another... We'll do like another version. I'll like change the name of the file so it starts a separate version. And then on that one, we'll have the smaller one. But I want the original with him larger. If I shrink him down, he'll lose pixels. So I don't want to remove his resolution. At least not while I'm painting. And then later on, I'll squeeze him down in the other file. So let's see what this looks like. Here? No. Here, grab your stylus. Here, let's grab... Here, foreground. This really should be down here. Honestly, this folder should be further down. Can I just move whole folders? Yes. I put a folder inside of a folder. Darn it, I don't like that. There. I want them to go in that order so I don't confuse myself. It might be more helpful. Yeah. Well, then this needs to be on top as well. Alright, fine. Come on. Damn it. Go. Further up, up. Did it do the whole thing? I think it did. Okay, good. Oh, but it can't do that. Maybe it does. Maybe they have to go in the other direction. Yeah, maybe I'm just thinking of it in the wrong way. It's fine. Yeah. There's no problem. It's a me thing. Yeah, because it goes top down. I think I was thinking of... isn't that how it works in... what's it? Godot? Where it's... like the background layers are up top and the bottom stuff is closer. I think that's how it works. Alright, so everything's fine. We're still looking for him. We want... Well, first of all, that doesn't help me at all to call that wreath. I need to just name that something else, like... just overlay itself. Darn it. Darn it, Braxton. Alright, let's grab the Santa and the head part and we'll do this, and I'll start to squeeze this down. I didn't mark that sketch as well. unfortunately. So if we do that, I feel like it needs to be even smaller. You know what? Let's do it this way. We'll try to just measure him against my frog. It's just that if we take the entire thing into account, then he's overall he's smaller. If I size it to where the frog itself is the same size as my frog, then the sleigh would be huge. Hopefully that comes across there. Okay, so I guess he needs to basically cover this part. Yeah, so I guess he would. I think that's about right. He's just gonna be smaller. And I can mess with it later. I'll make sure that this is on its own separate layer. The sleigh should be its own separate thing as well, not included with the tree. Alright, so we'll cancel that. And we'll just work on it as is, and then I'll make a new version where I small in this and put it on its own layer. So let's do this ahead of time. Let's see, foreground. We'll just call this Frog and Sleigh. So it's just very specifically that one thing. Then this will be its own thing. Because if I need to size him up or down the entire deal, then I will I'll be messing with these things too if they're all in that same layer. So I need to remember not to include those. So let's see. I don't think we even had a sketch, did we? Or is it underneath everything? Did I not even sketch in the tree? Well, I guess I didn't need to, did I? It's a tree. But we'll separate it out later, since I didn't have any sketch lines on there. Okay, well then let's grab reference. Okay, reference, and you know, I was asked to put the references, the reference that I use to put my references into that reference channel that I created. That's the reason the channel was created itself. I was asked to post references in the Discord for the stuff that I do, and this one has so many references. I put all those things in together on the Frankenstein piece, like a collage. But that's mostly because it was just easier to put that in as a single reference. when I was really just referring to a lot of separate things individually. Like, you know, like here, this thing I'm looking at now, I've got all these things, and these are really my references. So I'm not really sure about what I'm going to post this time. I might post a couple of the references, like of the major references, like for the frog scene, the 2 different frog scenes, maybe. But I'm certainly not going to post all this stuff in there, because it's just a ton of stuff. So I don't know. I'm not sure what would be better in the future either. Whether it would be better to do like we did before and photo bash things into an overall reference to then give some kind of like single piece that we can add into the reference area, but it would be purely for adding it to Discord.
Servo 1K asked me, who is better as a Star Trek frog, James Tiberius Croak or Jean-Luc Tree Frog?
Wow.
Oh boy, that's a tough one. James Tiberius Croak brings that classic charm and adventurous spirit, always ready to boldly leap where no frog has leaped before. On the other hand, Jean-Luc Tree Frog is all about diplomacy and thinking with his lily pad before making a move. It really comes down to whether you prefer a fearless explorer or a wise strategist. Who do you think would win in a frog hop-off?
Okay, that wasn't bad. Like, he got what you were saying, too. Like, it understood the reference. It inferred. That was decent. What's up, Servo? You always know when it's, like it's struggling a little bit, because his voice will slow down for a second, like it's trying to think of the next thing to say. Some of it, no, like Jean-Luc Tree Frog, Jean-Luc. Did he say Luke, though? I know Jean was wrong, but was he saying Luke or Luck? I think he did the Tiberius one right. Anyway, I like that. The James Tiberius Croak. Jean-Luc Tree Frog. I like that because you've matched the syllables. That was good. You were still reeling. Okay. Wreathing? Is that a thing? Or am I or is it just miss like a typo? Because that's a new one. Right, we're doing the head first. I mean, we're doing the head separate. Writhing? Oh, okay. No, it's fine. I mean, you know I'm not calling you out. I don't know if it's like something I'm missing or, you know, I don't make assumptions unless it's really obvious. All right. Let's just get rid of all this extra muckety muck. Whew, okay, loosen up, Braxton. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's like getting ready for the big fight, you know? I got my trainer. I'm sitting in the corner. The trainer's hyping me up. You got this. You got this, Rocky. You got this, Braxy. I always, of course, that's a Rob Scheider thing, right? You can do it. I have so much mixed feelings because some of the stuff, he's very memeable, but I never thought he was very good at anything. He's also one of those super right crazies, so I kind of like doing that just to meme him. I like the references because they sort of in my mind, they make fun of him. I know, I'm mean. I'm one of those cruel people that mock and laugh at the less comedic, the comedically challenged, but yeah, that's what I did. Rob Schneider's comedically challenged. And I'm mentally. He'll probably sue me for it too now. And then I'll have to make videos on YouTube. Rob Schneider is suing me. And then we become a political channel. I don't want that to happen. I watch political channels just so I know what's going on because I don't trust the news. But, you know, those guys are all, like, whatever side they're on, they're all trying to keep you freaked out and engaged. Even though there's a lot to be freaked out about. I'm not saying there isn't. But they all lose their jobs. If everything, you know, if everything went perfectly, then they would all just lose their jobs. So that's kind of a reality. I'm glad I'm not basing my channel on that, I guess is the point. That's not my channel. Oh, I'm working on the head. Damn it. Literally just did all that. Working on the stupid head layer. This is what happens. You start talking about famous crazy people and talentless famous crazy people, and you lose track of what you're doing. You're painting on the wrong layer. They weren't ever great, but they were entertaining. Yeah, basically. That's true. I would not call any of those things great. Damn it, I'm doing it again. Braxton, stop. Stop. Just go to some other, there, just go to this one. Just go to the actual layer. Wow. There, turn on opacity. Generally avoid political channels. Yeah. That it's so much. Even though, again, it doesn't take much because it's all real. They don't really have to go far to invent the crazy stuff that's going on right now. But they do make money when you are freaked out. And it is kind of their incentive. Like so-and-so just collapsed on stage, and then later on it's like, oh, so literal, so it was just, you know, figurative. His career just sort of collapsed a little bit, but not really. Like, what? Just quit with the clickbait. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. What are you doing? Why is that white? I guess it shouldn't be. It's just some little spot. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good day. In the midst of craziness. Oh, the sun's coming in, which is good, but it sits kind of low in these in the winter here, so it'll come in just low and like hit my monitor. But I need to have that back door open. Well, not open. I need to have the curtains open for that because you get some good warmth from that light, and that's free heat. I keep the house really cold in the winter just because it's cheaper. A streaker. Wait, what? Ayo, Servo. I was bitten by a were. Is that real? Is that... Do you turn into a hippie at midnight? When the moon is full? Oh, I missed that. I can't see it in my thing. You know what? That doesn't show. It doesn't show in my my thing. Awesome, thank you for that. I missed it because it doesn't show in my chat, does it? I don't see it here. See? Here. This is what I get. My what is it, streamer bot chat? Well, this is how I unify both chats from YouTube and Twitch, so you can see it on the screen here. And it doesn't show me that stuff unless I'm missing it. Is there an option for that? I don't think I have it blocked if there is one. I have... Well, then that's way over to my right. And I do see it now. But that's way over, like, at a right angle to my entire body, where my my laptop is sitting. Also, thank you. They started doing the streak thing again, because didn't it just go away? I'm pretty sure I wasn't getting streaks, like, for myself when I'm watching other people. Like, I'm really sure. And then just very suddenly it starts coming back. So am I just now noticing, or I don't know. I mean, I just noticing it all over again, or disappeared? Okay. What was that? Did I actually just paint that in like that last time? What was I thinking? All right. All right, stop wasting time, Braxton, and just render the important stuff. Well, yeah. I sort of want to do the face last, because so it's gonna sit on top of this, and if I start working on this, I'm gonna go back and forth. But I don't know. I don't want to accidentally draw on the wrong thing. So maybe we'll lock that and try to work on the face a little bit. Right. And is this showing? Yes, alright. Sometimes Windows recognizes my pad and then opens up Windows Ink. Which is not good. Windows Ink is, like, the reason it's not good is because Windows Ink removes my pressure sensitivity from my stylus. it also makes it so I can't really program anything else into the stylus either. It'll just do like one button, and it's only going to do the one button it wants to do, which will be like right click or something. I guess I didn't fill in that hat completely. I have been getting really far down the rabbit hole of like eBay flipping, just watching videos of it. You gotta have new stuff to watch, right? It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff that those resellers have to do, right? What's going on, Pratibanagar? I really don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry about that. So I'm butchering your name right now. How you doing today? Welcome in. I'm Braxton Wise. I'm painting frogs. Actually, this is an overlay. Which we are just starting the sketches on. Where's the rest of it? What did I have on? There we go. It's a whole thing. Mostly 100. Mr. Player, it is good to see you. Call me Peru. Okay. Thank you. I'm doing really well today. It's very cold here, but the sun is shining. So I'm good with that. I do like sunshine. This guy is going to be in place of my frog that's over here talking on the left. And he'll have his... Well, we'll do like a little frog reindeer, I think. That's the plan. At least. Oh, that was terrible. We'll just put some mass here for now. That eye is not going to be first on the list for rendering. I'll just plop that in a little bit. There, just to get some perspective on him, because I want to work on the rest of this and get the face curves down. We're going to animate him later, and I want to be able to move his head out. That's why I have him separate. Uh-oh, what was that? Okay, we have stuff. Unfortunately, I've colored on the wrong layer and didn't realize it. Oh, it's... well, okay. It's quite late for you already. It's just almost 1 o'clock for me. Actually, I was going to be starting later. So for everybody in the Discord, and I have mentioned starting to stream later in the day, I think we'll start that next week when I come back. Since I started at the regular time today, it's just sort of a knee-jerk reaction. I just immediately, it's like a certain time of day, and I just start getting ready. All right. And let's map out some wrinkles on the thing here. This feels too soft. Yeah. That would be why. Thank you very much. Oops. The you know, I'm basing this idea, the middle part here, on if you know anything about Norman Rockwell, it's where did I put all this there? I'm doing this middle part as sort of like an homage to a Norman Rockwell thing that I really like. It's where Santa is putting gifts under the tree, but there's two children. I think it's two kids, like off in the darkness, like sneaking a peek, and he doesn't know that they're there. And this is kind of like what I'm doing here, but in like a frog version. So they're kind of like behind the chair, and he doesn't see them. Actually, let's leave this here because this background is better on for being able to see this stuff. I just don't want to be color picking through it. You see the parts where it peeks through. It's probably better to do it this way anyway. Then I can see the parts that do sneak through. I'll pull this further back, and maybe the hat goes further down in the back. And this all just sort of nests in to everything else. Let's make sure we have pure white. That was sneaking over. It was catching some of the white or the yellow that was under here, which isn't horrible. It's just gonna give it kind of like a light, I don't know, maybe like a cream color instead. We don't really want to go off-white. I think I would go off-white with the beard, though, just so I can do shading and stuff in it. You did digital art. What program did you use? I'm curious. Or what is your preference? And what do you do now? I know, it's a lot of questions. It's okay, you don't have to answer. I don't know about doing the hooks over the ears, because frogs don't really have ears. You know, like a hook beard. I don't know. Well, yeah, I think that's too, like, the hook would be, like, I get the whole silliness of it. And I know it was suggested, who suggested that last time? Was it Woo Woo? I feel like that's a Woo Woo suggestion. Ibis paint? Okay, I'm not familiar with that one. It rings a bell though. I think I've heard of it. I'm sure I've heard of it. Perfect. Just something to fake out. Woof! Something to fake out that eye for a second. What did I suggest? Oh, I was thinking that you were the one who suggested making it like a hook beard. You know, like hooking over his ears, kind of beard. This is gonna really have to be precise. I need to undercolor for this because his head is gonna overlay on top of everything else separately. I do think I need to like just grab some red and just get up underneath here with some stuff so that things don't show, in case there's a little bit of gap or I have to move that around when I start setting this up in OBS. As I will have to export it in pieces and assemble it in OBS. There, just some extra coverage here. Want to see my art? I have also. Oh, you do? Okay. Let me see. Let's see your YouTube channel. You can post the link. I'm curious. I like meeting other artists. What am I in here? Aura Ink, okay. I'll have a look. In fact, let me make a, here, I'm gonna look on my laptop and I'll give you a sub. I keep getting a channel that says the E-Ink review. Okay, there's some other product called Aura Ink. Ooh, Aura Ink Amsterdam. I might be hitting the wrong one. Oh, you don't use it now. Okay. Okay. Well, if you have a link where I can go directly to a channel, I will drop you a sub. I'm on the head. Okay, make sure I'm on the right layer. His head is flatter than I was making it. Like out to here, maybe? Okay, this is kind of making it difficult to see. In fact, it might be better to just take that down a little bit. Where is our... Also, Mr. Player, didn't I say hello? I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, there we go, okay. There we go, let's have a look. Alright, ink. Look at this, there's... Okay, hey there, I'm Peru. Welcome to my colorful world of art. Nice. There's some other thing. What would that be? I did say hello. Okay. Well, then you get a second hello, Mr. Player. He'll need a shadow in his mouth here. That's a bad looking shadow. Your second hello. Alright, well, hello again, woo woo. I feel like we're in that ugly stage where this is feeling like I've made huge mistakes in my life. Even though it will be fine. We're in that ugly drawing stage right now. Oh, like card edit and a different edit. Okay, I got you. The thing that I have the hardest time doing is making actual videos on YouTube. I always just want to live stream. And I know it's not what I need to be doing. I need to make real videos. We might actually get real subs. This is all on me. It's because I don't do it. I can't blame anyone but myself. Oops, went the wrong way with that. Well, Hydra blames refraction. It's okay, refraction is used to that. Well, of course that doesn't make it okay, but... Just saying he has the fortitude, he can handle it. It doesn't make it okay, though. I gotta mess with this eye. It's always gonna be the difficult eye. Always. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to just draw eyes. Alright, let's grab this and we'll just drag that down into some darker color here. And try and define this out. And then maybe it'll help me to find the eyes a little bit better. I think I have them a little too close to each other. Welcome in, Gamion. It's good to see you today. Also, just a heads up where I'm on 2 channels at once. So if anyone's confused by why I'm talking to people who don't seem to be there, they're all over here in the little word section, coming in from YouTube and from Twitch. Makes notes for the doctor. Wait, for the doctor. Okay, here's this side. It really was kind of dark, wasn't it? We're not going to get real detailed on this because it's just too small, I think. I don't really even have enough pixels. As we get into here, we can already see I'm pixelating. As you can see, Raxon is beginning to pixelate in his native land. I don't know what any of that means. How do you pixelate in your native land? I don't even know why it's supposed to be a thing. You multi-stream, that's right. And are these the other people in the room with us right now? Are these other people in the room with us right now? Yes, they are. Figuratively. It's like, Miracle on 34th Street or whatever the thing is. What's the number? All right. How does this work? Just trying to round off the bridge of his nose. Just give me this sort of space right there. There, see this, and now just to try and make it look like this part of the nose is in front of this eye is sort of my goal at the moment. I feel like that's about as far out as it needs to go. I'm trying to remember where these parts are. What if we turn this off, this middle part? Yeah, we'll just turn that off for a bit. So I can start to connect these things and make it look a little bit more coherent. His eye's gonna look terrible for the foreseeable future. So this has got to be much larger, I think. I'm hearing my neighbors outside doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They're too loud. They should stop making all that noise. Whoops. I was hoping that the winter would calm down the neighbors. They're outside like all the time. Like, just stay inside. People out doing weird stuff. Yes, we curve this in a little bit. This might help. Should I sleep? Oh man. Okay. I did sub you. Didn't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Let's see. Let me double check. I copied it into the thing. But I want you to have a good night, sleep well. Let me just double check real quick. Yes. This is your channel, right? Here, you have like this purple water drop or like paint, maybe ink. I guess it's ink drop, right? Is this it? I don't want to show a lot of personal stuff. Well, this is on YouTube, so it's all personal now. I hope you have a great day. And it was very nice to meet you. I don't have... Oh, I see. That's what you're saying. It's totally okay. What if you become like a famous artist? I don't want to miss out. I will join you in shaking our canes at your neighbor. No cane shaking. This eye is just wrong. It needs to be over this way. I think that's my problem. I don't need to do that. I just ring their doorbell and they stop. I can do it 100 times and win by attrition. Oh, I see the other one. Yeah. Mine would play music with heavy bass at night. I got you. You don't really use it. Is there a reason you just didn't like making videos? Or maybe not feeling like making art? That happens. Okay, this is the inside. I think that needs to be darker. Take it, it's coming from this side. The tongue is coming this way. And then we'll do like a little scoop there. So it shows it's sort of curled. It looks like he's sticking his tongue out. Multi-streaming Game On is I feel like it's easy to do, so and you could be leaving something on the table by not doing it. So I think it's a good idea to multi-stream. You know? Wait, 103 subs, that's awesome. What do I don't even have near that many. I think we're working on our first 100. And by that I mean like, I don't know, 68. Oh, we're almost to 69. Does that mean we win? Or does it just mean we never grew up after high school? Does it just mean we're all children, or does it mean I'm gonna keep doing it? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Close the door, stop the count. Oh, on a different one. That's what. Well, I hope that I end up doing a little bit better here when I start making videos, like real videos. The kind of videos that would make Carl Sagan proud. Which, by the way, is Carl Sagan's birthday. Carl Sagan Day. Is that his birthday? Or is it just the day they all decided to celebrate Carl Sagan? Okay, that eye is just not gonna look good today, I think. It's his birthday, and, well, because it is officially Carl Sagan Day. Like a holiday. But I guess they chose his birthday to make it the day. How old am I? I am 51. I know I sound young. Like very young. I'm not, woo, you know this.
Homo Tialasus asked me, how much
Tialasus.
Brax would a Braxton Brax if a Brax could Brix Brax Brux?
What?
Ah, the age-old question. If a Braxton could Brax as much as a Brax could Brix, then I imagine they'd Brax as much Brix as a Brax could possibly Brix Brax. But since this is all hypothetical, the sky's the limit. It's a tongue-twisting mystery for the ages.
I realize that. I know I sound really young. It's probably gonna be like when I eventually do face cam, I'll probably lose viewers. I always felt like I would because I feel like I would be a disappointment. They're probably imagining someone much younger and better looking instead of just like a gross old man. This is the real reason we don't do face cam. It's because my voice is so young. I think people have built up an image of what they think I'd look like, and I feel like that would disappoint them greatly. Also, what's up, Homo Tialasus? Tialasus. However SpongeBob says it. Welcome in. We are rendering Santa Frog, one of the Santa Frogs. It is the same frog though. The one here and the one here is the same frog. I'm doing them. It's just he's in here and then he's here. So they are the same frog. They're off of the same design, basically. I really want to render this stuff, but I have to work on this one. You know what, let's see if we can just bring down the opacity, because I still want that to be there. I just want some visual space. Welcome in, Arpeggiatura. I am 51. I will be 52 in February. It is true.
Refraction PCXX2 asked me, why is it that Braxton Wise sounds so young? Is it his love for his frog stopping him getting a frog in his throat? Or M, maybe it's Braxton Wise's youthful spirit and enthusiasm that keeps them sounding so young. Or perhaps those frogs are secretly sharing some amphibian vocal techniques to keep that voice fresh and lively. Whatever the reason, it's a real riveting mystery.
I think I painted on the wrong layer again. You just sound like a frog to me, but I might have visual bias because I'm looking at one. It could be. But if a frog could talk, it probably wouldn't sound like me. Oh, maybe it would. Maybe I am what frogs sound like. Just between you and me, I'm not a real frog, though. I only play one on TV. I need to figure out how to undo this because I have painted on the wrong layer again. Because it is my thing, I guess. There. Because this is the reason I'm doing that is because I am going to put this on another layer. Or I'm going to animate it separately, and I will assemble this and put this in the front in place of my current talking frog. This one will become the new talking frog. And we'll probably use it next year, because very likely I won't get this done until like the end of November maybe, and have him working. Maybe we'll get this thing... What I'd like to do is at least get some basic animations. I might work that out over the week while I'm not streaming. And I'll just do it in off-stream land, and then we'll come back with like a working, basic, jank version of it while I'm doing, like, finishing up on it. So we'll just have like a rough skeleton version of it working. while I continue to refine the one it came from, right? 16? Cool. Very cool. I hope that's not, hope that's not a problem. You always think, like, what does a young person care about a 51-year-old? Well, I don't know. I have, but I do have an 8-year-old viewer who is very cool. He usually shows up on Sundays, so he might show up today. So I'm no stranger to younger viewers. I've been told I look 10 years younger than I am since I was 30, but the party will be over in a couple years because I start seeing tints of growth. Oh, there you go. Yep, you can't pass for younger anymore, right? 45. 45 is, I don't know. I guess you're not old until you feel like you're old, really. I guess we're mostly Gen Xers. Well, no, you'd be, maybe a Gen Y. Yeah, like a millennial. Because I think the cutoff date is 1980 for Gen X, and I'm on the head layer again. I think that's the cutoff. It's like 1960. If you're born between 1965 and 1980, you're a Gen Xer. So 81 would put you just, yeah, woo-woo would be just, you're a millennial. But the thing is, you grew up probably with Gen Xers, I would say. Of course, that depends. It just depends, because if you're just like one day or 1 year just really close, you probably grew up with people in the other generation. Yeah, so you grew up with mostly Gen Xers. So you probably identify more as a Gen X. It's almost 1 a.m. Thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate you hanging out with us. It was great to meet you. And sleep well. I hope we get to see you again. I paint a lot of frogs. I think this is starting to take shape. I was just hanging out with my friend who was also born in that year earlier. Oh, I see.
Garrett 24601 asked me, can you ever have enough frog paintings? Oh, absolutely not. There's always room for more frog paintings. Each one brings a unique splash of amphibian artistry and charm. Whether it's a dapper frog in a top hat or a serene pond scene, every new painting adds a ribbon of joy to your collection. Keep the frogtastic masterpieces coming.
Frogtastic. I like SpongeBob's attitude. He has a healthy appreciation of the amphibian life. I think it would be a good idea for me to definitely do this whole skeleton idea, just like a basic working model that will work, so I can proof of concept it, right? And over the week, I promise I will do this. I'm gonna test out the thing of making this into a GIF to just animate this. I'll open this up wherever the thing is down here. I will open this up. I'll put in a frame. And we'll do like lights blinking off and on. And it'll just it'll just be like an easy way of figuring out if I can even do it. And I'll put it into my OBS and test it out over the week, just to make sure. Because I think that's how we do it. I'm just guessing though, and for some reason I don't want to actually look for software. I somehow want to just do it. Just do it. Like, I was thinking about looking for software, and then I was like, no, let's just figure it out. Maybe there's an app that does it, but I don't. For some reason, I want to do this. I want to brute force it because I'm convinced that my idea will work. But the belt has a thickness. This also would too, right? So if we come in like this and nip away at it there of the suit, and then do it like here, and we'll there carve away at that a little bit at a curve. I think that works. Oh, come on, your streams, but I'm a little bit stressed because your exams are coming. Okay. That means you got to study and all that stuff. Well, see, this is a good place to chill. And good luck on your exams. Yeah, I can do all this on one day. Yes. We'll do all on one layer. What was, why did I do this part? Is that on the, did I paint that on the wrong layer? Because there's like a bunch of it missing here. Maybe, alright, maybe that's because I didn't color it through. And it's transparent there. Is that why? Yes. That's why it's a good idea to have these layers up and running. Mr. Atomic, welcome in. I'm making Frog Santa. Right. This needs to be, hold on, this needs to be off-white. Right here. To separate one from the other. These would be green mittens, not skin. And I'm doing well. How are you today, Siler? Thank you. I'm wanting to get him. I'm prioritizing this one because this is the one that's going to be animated, and I want to have him up and running so I can proof of concept him. I think, and I'll do this over the week, I think I'll export, like I'll turn everything off and then export his head and crop it. And now I have to do, yeah, I'll have to export his head into another document, then crop it out and match it up with, like it'll be a square on its own. It has to be its own sort of thing, and I'll trace it off and then repaint it to make the animation. Because I can't just pop it in there like this. It has to be on, you know, I think it takes a square background. Well, actually, I don't know if it has, damn it. Darn it, Braxton, stop. There. The head will be on top, so I won't see those things, but still. Stop painting on the wrong layer. We'll bring this down a little bit. There, we can differentiate this a little bit better. He doesn't look bad. The face itself is looking kind of clean. I do need to tweak those eyes a little bit, but yeah, I think the face is looking kind of clean. And it's looking okay for now to where I would be okay with exporting this one and giving that a try. Just all on its own. I mean, the eyes need work and stuff, but I think this is to the point where I would be okay with just sort of doing a trial run of this one off stream. Zuizi got first again. Welcome in, Mr. Gond. I'm still doing it, aren't I? Man, it's because I keep seeing these things that need to be filled in, and I just fill them in. I keep forgetting that they're not on that layer. But it's a transparency, there we go. I was trying to do it again, too. Let's go back to the Santa. You were Googling a bearded frog. No such thing in nature, sadly, but for some reason, a pretty popular name for bars, restaurants, and bearded frog, really? Well, look up a thing called a hairy frog. It's not a beard. Damn it, I did it again. Because I want to draw on his face. There you go. Look up a hairy frog. Hey, hey, Heimdall. Or Hammy, as some people call him. Hey, son. How are you doing today? Oh no, that is a, yes, it is. It is a beard. Well, what I'm gonna do is try to blend this with like this. And damn it, Braxton, damn it! Just get on the layer there. There, okay. So I keep trying to work this face and I'm just constantly on the wrong layer. So what I'm going to do is blend, or try to, when you're painting faces and you're doing like beard hair, you don't draw the individual hairs, you know, like that, like little individual hairs. Instead, at least when we're talking like oil paint, instead you take and you blend the two colors together. So you're just sort of creating the illusion that there's a transition, but there really aren't any hairs at all. So I would just take some of the green and a little bit of the white and try to transition this up into the face a little bit. But I don't know if it's going to work. I mean, this works for human faces because you make the assumption when you see these dark smudges starting around the face, you know that's the 5 o'clock shadow showing. But I don't know if it's going to translate that way this way. So I was just going to try to do it that way, the way I normally would with a human portrait. But I don't know. It seems to really not want to work. He'd have to be really quite light up here, I think. I think maybe it just has to be lighter. It is a real thing though. It's the hairy frog has these hair-like projections under its arms, under its front legs, I guess, like armpits, like under its sides, like armpit hair. But it's not hair, of course. They think it's some kind of skin projections that are possibly there to pull more oxygen out of the water, so it can live in oxygen poor water without coming up to the surface, that kind of thing, like an adaptation for poorly oxygenated ponds and stuff. But it's very cool. Yes, it is. It breaks the bones of its fingertips, or the tips of its toes, and they protrude out the flesh to make claws. And then they can pull them back in and heal over. It's insane. Yeah, I don't know if it works this way. I don't know if I'm able to make this beard work on a frog. We could come further up. I don't know if that's... I still don't know if that works. I feel like it doesn't. Let's just get all that out of there. So I don't know what we'll do about that. I might just shade it out and make it... It'll look kind of like, I guess, like the hanging beards, maybe. I just don't want to put the ear hooks on it and make it like a joke kind of beard, right? But maybe if I shade it or something. I mean, there will be shading as well. I'll just have to shade in the hairs. Yeah, it's still, it'll eventually read like a beard when we see the whole thing. But I don't think it's gonna work to transition it like I would with hair. I'm starting to doubt this beard. Good idea. Why not make the beard the same hair-like stuff the hairy frog has? Also draw him with broken fingers. I don't know if... I think that'd be creepy to see a frog Santa with broken fingers. It'd be kind of gross to have like the hairy... Because the hairy frog, it would all be coming out the sides of his costume and stuff. I get that would be more realistic though, right? Like an actual hairy frog. If I did that, I would just draw him as a frog, though I wouldn't go anthro. Santa is supposed to be... Wait, Santa is supposed to be scary? I didn't know about that. I don't like this. Why is there like a freaking yellow green in there? There. Now this needs to be this. Maybe that does need to be over more. Like that. Oh, we need to put that in first. No. There. We are way too close to that. don't think we're going too far on this. There. Also, I was not using soft eraser. Wow, the time has really gotten away from me today. I thought it was much earlier. I think I'm going to choose a later time. I might move like an hour later. Let's start an hour later. And end slightly an hour later. I don't really have to deal with peak time at this time of the year. Just an actual hairy frog that someone put little Santa doll clothes on. Well, yeah, I don't know. I like the idea. Because you can go both ways. You can go anthro on it. You can kind of do whatever you want with that, right? At least two really fun options. Oh, it goes this way. Oh, we almost got a decent looking eye this time. I think that one is a pretty good other eye. The other eye is always the hardest eye. Alright, where is your shading at? Okay. Double checking. I'm just randomly shading now, okay. You don't get anywhere when you shade randomly, kids. You just get a mess. Pick a direction. And shade in it. I'll put a much darker thing in here in the fold, where it folds over onto itself. We have another little fold here where it bunches up like a slouchy. Also, I don't like slouchies. You might be wearing one right now going, screw you, Braxton, I love slouchies. I'm like, no, I think they look stupid. On dudes, at least. On women, it looks fine because they usually have a whole bunch of hair. If a dude has a lot of hair to stuff under a slouchy, I guess that's fine because it looks like it fits, but I don't know. Slouchies just look like you got a lot of hair, but it's just a big floppy hat. To me. And what layer is that on? Because that's going to drive me crazy. Oh. It's on the Santa layer. Yeah, not into the slouchies. I bought a slouchy too, and it felt weird. Maybe I have a bias because I don't like the way they feel. Maybe that's why I'm anti-slouchy. You know, maybe. Yeah, I think you could call that a slouchy. Oh, sorry, I've had this coffee sitting here and have forgotten to drink it for the last 2 hours. I'm trying to chug this and get my coffee fix. Braxton Tiberius Wise, you are on the wrong layer again. It's like I have a mental problem or something. All right. Let's try again. We had an eventful day, right? We made new friends. We probably alienated a lot of innocent people, which is how we roll. I probably embarrassed myself a bunch, which is, again, how I usually roll. Unintentionally, of course. And that's my day. That's the day so far. Oh, I think it's fine. I thought I messed that one up. Innocent to the public, at least, yes. We have a good turnover here. Made new friends, made new enemies. Wait a minute, I'm taking you down, Wise. Is that the enemies part? I was wondering if there was anything extra. Oh, the mischief we do get up to. Darn it. Well, we're getting in that area where I start, where these things don't get right up to the edge. I start overworking it. There's like a little halo of light around it, like this little spot right there. If you can see that. There's like a little phantom spot. Sometimes it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but sometimes it's this. The anti-aliasing. I'm leaving this kind of scrubby up here just to simulate the, I don't know, what is it, fleece, I guess, because otherwise we'd have to do all the texturing because it's got all this little, let me see, I don't know if that shows. We could stipple like that though. But I feel like that's a lot to go through, which that's going to be more of a finishing thing anyway if we do. To stipple this so it has a texture. So we can do that, but I want to at least get this a little smoother before I do that. But it would work. Maybe that's what we'll do. And we'll just scatter in some smudgy bits, and then we can do some highlights on top as well, using the brush like that. I'll leave that there to remind myself. Does this come up to... like this? It's got like this long kind of... it comes up to here. Maybe like that instead. It still looks like he's sticking his tongue out. Let's grab some yellow. Let's give him a nose too. Maybe that's too much. Maybe I'm going too hard on that. And try and fix this here. Darn it, grabbing the wrong button. There. Okay, let me trying to get the thing that I want. I'm not really succeeding at. That's a pretty hard transition there in the music. Turn off the pressure opacity, maybe that'll help. I feel like it looked better before. It's just an odd... It's not an odd angle, it's just sort of like a 3/4 view. It's kind of a difficult angle, I guess. What do you think of that? That doesn't stand out as being horrible or anything, does it? Like, wow, that's disgusting, Braxton. Is it giving anyone like a visceral reaction? I feel like I did mess this up. It needs to be... I don't know. Hey, he isn't as happy. That's true. Can I turn it all backwards? Okay, that's as far as we can go into the messed upness. I don't know why I keep going for this highlight color. Okay, that's a little bit better. I feel we kind of had it before and I sort of lost it. It's okay, we can get it back. Art should not be an accident. If your art comes from accidents, you need to fix that. Because you should have a direction. It's much more helpful. Because if you rely on accidents, then you're kind of stuck. You know? You're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Yeah, well, Bob Ross did the whole happy accident thing, but really, it's fine to incorporate mistakes into your paintings, but if your whole thing is reliant on stumbling into an accident, then you don't have like a solid place to stand on with your work, right? Because you kind of just waiting for accidents to come along instead of being able to actually produce the work at will. I guess that's what I'm saying. Oh, that was better. Okay, that was that was fixing part of the problem there. It's like when I'm shading stuff, if I'm just sort of, and I do this sometimes, you know, because shading fabric can be difficult. I'm trying to fade or shade wrinkles and stuff in clothing, and if I don't have like a solid direction or a plan for the wrinkling or a real reason for things to be wrinkled where they are, then I'm just sort of aimlessly trying to fake it out, but it really looks faked out. And I always have to sort of rely on accidents to make, like if I'm just accidentally making the wrinkles look good, then I'm just relying on them. Right? Do I have enough for enough pixels for upper lip shadow? But it's not like accents can, you know, it's like a horrible thing. I'm just saying it's just to rely on it is it's not good for you when you need to, like, if you want to create as a job, you sort of need to be able to sort of struggle out an idea. I think I'd be really nervous if I was trying to make a living and relying on like accidents. Like I'd be constantly scared to death. Yeah, we're way too close to this base, man. He's not looking good. He's really looking terrible. Maybe it's the lower part of the mouth here that's messing me up, right? 'Cause he's looking derp. Let's pull back on this part. Yeah, I feel like he was definitely doing better with my earlier version of him. Now we're just trying to fix the bad decision. Maybe pull that tongue back a little bit. It just feels like his jaw is jutting out much further than it should. And I have the upper lip, like in the reference, the upper lip is hanging way out there. But I don't like that look. So I'm trying to like mentally change this, but I guess I'm trying to work through why I'm not liking it. Maybe I'm just too close to it. You gotta get away from this case, Brax. You're too close to it. It's killing you inside. Yeah, I'm not liking his mouth. Maybe the tongue is too big. It's just to show them him happy. You know, he should be jolly. That's the whole thing, right? Santa's jolly. You're too close, Detective Wise. I'm gonna need your gun and your badge. See, 100 gets it. Like, everyone else is like, what is wrong with him? What is he even talking about? 100 actually understands my weird ramblings. Woo Woo probably gets it too. One must imagine the one must imagine the frog happy. It's like conceptually. First of all, we had it's doing that thing where it keeps picking colors lighter than how I had them, or what I thought it was picking. I'll always go on those journeys with you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll say this, on a very real level, I get so used to being looked at like a weirdo and misunderstood that it just really captures my heart when somebody like actually says something and I'm like, huh, I think they actually understand my particular brand of crazy. I think this needs to be even darker. It's a fun brand of crazy. Well, I appreciate that. Okay, that's a little bit better. Also, I need to zoom out sometimes and just take in the whole picture. He's looking manageable. So let's do a little bit there. There we go. Oh, I was thinking, as one does, looking for some patterns, some sewing patterns to make over the week. I went all in and got this new sewing machine so I can alter my clothes and stuff, and I thought, well, it was pricey, so maybe I can help pay it off by, well, it's already paid off, but maybe I can pay myself back by trying to sell a few pieces. So that's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to see if I can make a couple of bucks on eBay. And that's why I was mentioning earlier about the eBay selling videos I was watching. That stuff gets complicated. I think I would much rather make my stuff to sell on eBay rather than go find it. The people who go like searching for stuff, they put in a lot of work. Just imagine all the stuff you have to know all the different things that you can sell and not lose money buying. Like, did you know that you can sell broken Universal TV remotes? Do you know there are specific brands that sell better than others? Literally broken remotes. There are these people who just know so many of those facts that they can just buy like a box full of junk that doesn't work and make like $1,000 off of it. Like, you gotta store a lot of knowledge, I think, to be able to do that stuff. So my head is off to resellers, even though a lot of people don't like them, and I get that, because they're the ones that buy the stuff and then charge prices for, like, high prices for it. But that's how the collectibles work. That's how the collectible market always worked. You bought an antique and you're hoping that it's going to be worth something in a few years. Well, it's no different than, you know, than this. It's no different than that. It's just collectible stuff that people find valuable because it's rare, and they're just putting a price tag on it. So for the people who hit it big and get that, you know, $10,000 antique that they can sell and didn't know they had, like, ooh, lucky day. But the same person will kind of crap on the reseller for, oh, their prices are so high. It's so anti-consumer. It wasn't anti-consumer when you were selling yours. It's just when you want to buy one, now it's anti-consumer. That's kind of the stance I sort of have these days. To fix stuff and sell it is very cool, actually. I knew a dude who would buy PlayStation, what was it, like a PS2? He'd buy PS2s, broken PS2s, and make them work. Or he'd separate them for parts. But I mean just full-on broken remotes. It doesn't even have to work. There's cameras that are broken too. People buy them for parts. And there are people who will just, you know, that love geeking out on opening up electronics, pulling the circuits out of them and soldering them into other stuff to make them work. You literally can sell that stuff. Of course, if you don't have as much knowledge as the other people, then you're probably not going to make a living at it, but that's the hard part of their job. I bought some broken C64s with the intention to fix them and sell them. I fixed one but never sold it. Wait, if you still have it, you could sell it now. Literally, I'm going to spend all my time on this mouth. I think I need to, though. I mean, I think it's not a stupid idea, really, to spend all the time on this mouth, just because I will be animating this very mouth later, so I am spending a ton of time on it, to be sure. I want to have it nailed down before I start trying to animate it. You kind of don't want to... Oh, okay. Well, you don't want to sell it, or you don't want to work on another one? I wouldn't sell it. Actually, I have a lot of stuff that I could sell on eBay, but I don't want to sell my stuff. I like my stuff. Okay, there. I think correcting the shape. There's something wrong with it up here that I'm not liking. I'm like carrying this too far up into the face. Like that upper lip. It's the way it is on the reference. And like I said, when I don't think about it, my hands will just start drawing exactly what I see instead of the alterations I'm trying to make. It's just me not paying attention. I feel like this mouth is a wash for the day. I mean, I'll stare at it over the weekend and figure out what's wrong with it, but whatever it is, I can't really see it at the moment. That's on? Okay. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's this part. A little better. Let's do some work on his outfit so we get something done here. It comes up over his shoulder, so it comes from behind. This is his collar, and it's coming in between here and his beard, although I have it a little far over. I'd have to move his beard over a little bit to be able to get that in there. It comes over his shirt or arm here to about there. So I'll trim some of that away, I think. Make sure I got all of it. If there isn't all of it to get. Alright. Right, this has to tuck in to here. It's a little bit difficult because I keep wanting to marry both sides together. I keep wanting to grab from over here and just sort of working back and forth. I know this has to overhang. And then here is where, like, this has to come out over like this. There. Has to curve down into it, I think. And then we'll do like a shadow here on this one, right? You don't want to sell it. I wouldn't. Like, I fully support that. Welcome in, Garrett. Why is this turning me on? Braxton Wise coming on ET's Yoda Sex Voice Pinball FX3 2018. Okay. Wow. The things that I have said in the past. Just wow. Glorious. we'll get kind of spotty with it too. Just to sort of try doing the texture a little bit. It kind of works a little bit. Or we can do it like this. We can do like a base, like an off-white like this. And then we can do like a white on top of it. Yeah. Or turn off the pressure opacity, and then we could really get some bright whites in there. It's still a very soft brush though. Yeah, that could be helpful. I really do want to mess with this beard on this layer. Like I really do. Super cool guy, welcome in. I'm sorry. I see you over there now. Look at that, I'm sorry. Here's the problem. I see you now. I see you now. It doesn't show, like, for some reason. Again, we've lost connection with my chat. Right? I see it now, but it's like in the chat that has both of them in it. Anyway, I apologize if you're still there. If you didn't take off, I was not ignoring you though. Why did it do that as well? Like, let me open up the thing here. Because it doesn't show in my thing there. Yeah, it should be. What if I do this? Let's kill it and then reopen it. I don't know, for some weird reason it just doesn't show. Anyway, I'm sorry, super cool guy. I'll try to move this over because it still doesn't show your it still doesn't show that you're there. It doesn't show me in the other thing. There we go. I just barely saw you out of the corner of my eye on the other chat thing. Let me pop out that module so I can get that closer where I can see it. Hope you're doing okay today. Where's the pop out thing? Pop out. There we go. I nearly went on Twitch. Oh, okay. Don't worry about that. They wouldn't let you on Twitch. Well, yeah, you'd need a... You'd be underage for Twitch. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happens when it does that. That's the second time it's done that. The bot. This is what we did the other day here. The last couple of days. Let me bring this up. So we can see in the sketches. There we go. So this is going to be like the middle part, and it will fade away when we start the stream. But then this outer part out here, and then the Santa up here, Santa Frog, and he'll have some frog reindeer up front, and we will have you at the top of the tree. Like I said, hello, super cool guy. So that's the current plan. I still have a note so I don't forget. But this is what we're working on now. This part, that middle part, will go away, and then this will be our frame. There we go. Frog deer, that's right. They're gonna have they're gonna be little frogs with little antlers on them. Right? Which one was I working on? We're on the Santa. We're on this one. Give me a little bit of a rough ride here. His here, we'll grab this. There we go. He looked better in the sketch form, then I looked at him like this and I was like, wow, the belt is not lining up. Maybe it's just a belt that should be higher. Is he too fat, you think? Well, his head is small. I made his head smaller than the reference. That might be it. I can make him a little smaller. Just trim him down a little bit. The airbrush, it is. There. It's getting streaky. like that. Because you're not going to see that much of it, right? It's going to be like that. You'll see more of his stuff. There. That's looking a little bit better. It might be better to just do it this way. And put all that in there afterward. He is, you're right. He's very chunky. Welcome in, Strider. Okay, how about if we do this? We'll cut through here in this way. And then I'll try to grab some gray here and do a little bit around the cuff here. He's worthy. Okay. Wait a minute. Is it Heimdall or you mean the frog here? The frog. Which one is the worthy one? We have several people who popped up at about the same time. I'm feeling like Strider maybe. Santa, right. Okay, so let's do the side of his hand. Because we're just doing like mittens. They're easier. That's why we do them. There. Sort of. Mittens, that's right. We're doing, trying to do mittens. I like that green and red, and I love those, like, Santa mittens. These are just like short cylinders, basically, so it's sort of difficult for me to draw these. Just because of angles on I'm like foreshortening these very short cylinders. It's kind of wonky for me to... There, see, that one's decent. That wasn't too bad. I think we kind of made it look a little bit better right here. And we'll put the belt back where it was. It kind of visually follows, because it's coming out over here, so I want that belt to show. Your kitten. Oh, your kitten, okay. Oh, your mittens, okay. I got you. Alright. Let's get some dark green in here for the shading on this. And then we'll have a thumb. Well, it's just sort of fisted up over here, and this side is harder to read. There. And push that out a little bit, and then something like that. Is that kind of thumbish? Like just a bit sticking out of his glove there. There, and we'll shave the inside. So I guess the mitten is going to come this way. This is the side of his hand, and going in this direction is the flat of his fingers is going this way. So his hand is tilted. That's how I'm like trying to see it right now. We'll put like a little thing underneath his glove there, like that's overhanging, giving it a shadow. And there, something like that. That way when I put the reins in his hands, you see, it'll look like he's holding reins between them. I just don't want to draw fingers, because then they won't look like mittens anymore. They'll just look like frog hands because he's green, and you know. Can you see the hearts? I do see the hearts. I do. Let me show you. I'll show you how it looks over here. It's coming from over here. Okay. Have I made his head way too small for his body? I still feel like I have. He does need to be larger. What if we go back to the head? How's that? Does it make him look less fat? We'll just commit to that. I think it's better with the head bigger. The body doesn't look as huge, right? If you do gaming, play Back to the Future, the game. Ooh, you mean like it's like a point and click? It's like puzzles and stuff? Or is it like, is there a new Back to the Future game? Because I remember doing one, they don't even sell it anymore, you can't even get it, but I have it, Back to the Future, and it's like episodes of, it's not the movie, it doesn't parallel the movie, but it does have all the same characters and stuff. It like has its own story and stuff. That was a neat one. I've played that several times. And we just did that on the head layer. Braxton Wise. Stop drawing on the wrong layer. Go back to the body. Also, I love Back to the Future. My favorite movie franchise. Okay, there's a thing on another layer here. There we go. It's difficult to keep these things separate. Honey, does this frog make me look fat? No, honey, your fat makes you look fat. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. There we go. Hold on. Boy, those music changes are so abrupt. Digital like Glossetti. I don't know if I can even pronounce that correctly. I didn't remember you had a YouTube too. Beep, beep, beep. Well, welcome in. What is the other name that I would know you by in Twitch? Because that one doesn't ring a bell. No, honey, you look fine. Me when I lie. Well, that's what the thing is. If you say no, honey, you look fine, then they get mad at you. I don't know why, but I think that's what happens, and they get angry. I think it's because they. Actually, I don't know, but I have heard that that's not the right answer. There is a right answer and a wrong answer to that. No one ever just says yes. Well, I feel like it is a bad idea to just say yes. Yeah. Darn it, and I'm doing it again. Braxton Wise, if you don't stop painting on the wrong layer. There. I have problems. It still doesn't look like it marries with that belt buckle. I can either move the belt buckle down Or I can... I don't know. Let's move this out of the way a little bit. Because I made him a little too heavy. Let me skinny him up a little. Darn it, I almost grabbed that one. Just tell her to relax, calm down, and go back to the kitchen. Yeah, Strider, sure, that'll definitely work. Just relax and go make me a sandwich. You know that's gonna... that's not gonna end up with you sleeping on the couch. Right? Really, I just feel you shouldn't ask the question. Men don't ask because they know the answer will be yes. Like, honey, do these jeans make me look fat? Yes. Oh. Well, okay. Then nobody cares about our feelings. That's, you know, because we don't make you sleep on the couch. But still. No one cares about the guy's feelings. You need to jump to dimension with feels. There we go. Sometimes it would be better to have these things on their own separate layer. We'll do that, and then this will hang over the edge of this, and we'll darken that slightly. We do need to fix a lot of this stuff. Try and put like a little bit of highlight here and try to feel out the like the shape of this a little bit. My line work was not good, or my sketching. I'd never call it line work because it is not. It's not good enough to call it line work. I think that fits a little bit better. And we'll go darker under here, sort of ish. Braxton, one time I watched Henry Danger and Ray was mad, but he just needed a hug. So the next day, my friend was mad at school, so I gave him a hug. It did. You know what? That is about the coolest thing I've heard today. That makes you a very good person. That was very nice that you did that for your friend. Sometimes I think that is all anybody wants. There we go. I think we're feeling this out now. We're trying to. This will be empty space. We'll shade like the hand there. There. Eventually these things start to look decent. Yeah. Okay. This is looking very wooden up here, this beard, but I don't really want to mess with it too much. I guess because I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do with it. Like how to do the like an edge on it and stuff. Like what kind of edge I want to do. I guess that's what I'm thinking of. Trying to figure out how to treat the edge. The eraser isn't really going to help a lot. We're trying to make like hair texture. I could use my smudge. But that's really sharp. And that's a bit too much too. That's all too much. What if I do, well, I do have this other smudge. Where's my... There. I have a third coffee smudge. But it's not a very strong smudge. It's not meant to be. So, I don't know. We'll worry about it later on another day. Bro goes ho ho, but then he says, ah, that's right. Just like the budget's frog. And the frog memes. That's why you have to scream, because the budget's frog screams. Why is this? Because I'm on the freaking head layer again. Braxton Wise, are you kidding me? Okay. Oh, good. Okay, hold on. I'm like, where did it go? I know I was on the wrong layer. It's because I was just using the smudge. Good. Whew. It's just the thing is my smudge is the same shape that I used for my brush when I made my brush. So I used the same shape and I thought I had the brush. Then he drops the sack and drops his poo. Oh my god, that's gross. That's nasty. Okay, let's get this over here. I was smudging. Okay. Denny's fired. Denny's fired because of the poo dropping. I would fire him as well. All right. In other news, I was extremely surprised that none of my eggs were broken that I ordered from Walmart. Does anyone else have this problem? That your Walmart shopper doesn't actually check the eggs before putting them in the cart? I do talk to YouTube sometimes. I have a YouTube channel. Sweezy. I think that every once in a while someone watches. Not because of poo, but because he dropped the sack. Because he dropped the sack? Okay. Okay, I got you. Bro wants to go. This is our new word for the day, is bro. I think I once had a broken egg on delivery and I got a refund for the lot but kept them. Really? I never got that. They don't even give you the ability. They're just, well, we're gonna assume you were happy. But you don't get to actually say. They'll have you like review the order, and they've shorted me before on like refuse bags, you know, the paper refuse bags you put out your recycling like yard waste in, and I'm like, I sent the thing, I said the dude shorted me, whoever this came from, because it was delivered from another place but ordered to their marketplace. I'm like, they shorted me, and literally I got zero response. And like, well, glad you enjoyed your interaction. Like, what? I said I didn't like. Oh no, we can't hear you. La la la, we can't hear you. You said you were fine. You said everything was fine. No take-backs. Like, no, dude. No. You ripped me off. And then ignored me when I said you ripped me off. That's what happened. I think there are bots that can combine YouTube and Twitch chat. Well, it does. Braxton, he's mean. Oh, I gotcha. What, the Santa? He's a Santa? The Santa is mean, or I am mean? Make the song "The Power of Love." That would be Huey Lewis and the News. That's the power of love. Which, awesome band. Loved Huey Lewis and the News. And of course, that is the featured band in Back to the Future. Did you just recently watch Back to the Future? I'm just guessing. There are bots. Well, what I'm doing right now is I have this bot here. Streamer bot that's connecting both chats usually, but today for some reason it's not connected to my YouTube. It like gave up on me, and so I'm having to read it from another thing. But it's not showing you in your own chat, right? So in the YouTube or the Twitch chat on the side, it's not. I think Heimdall has one that does that, but he does that through Restream, and I don't do Restream. So my thing is just, what do you call it? It's just a chat client that brings in multiple sources, and I show it on screen over here, so you should be able to see the YouTube chats in this area, but today it's not working. But that's the best you would get. You wouldn't be able to actually see them in your own chat, which would be like, you know, on that side of the screen or wherever it is. But again, I would have to use Restream or something, and I don't want to use Restream. So it's as close as we get to unified chats. Retro Demi was talking about Back to the Future on his stream just before I hopped here. You did? Or they did. The game itself or the movie? I like both a lot. I really like the game, although it does have its irritations. Some parts of it, I mean, it's older, right? Wasn't it like a... When did that come out? Early aughts? No. Maybe early teens? I don't know. I know you can't buy it anymore, though. I think Paramount... Yeah, Paramount owns it. And they're not letting anybody get their hands on it, I guess. The power of love is a curious thing. I don't know if I'm getting the whole, all the lyrics. I'm not going to sing the lyrics. I was going to sing them, but then I'm not going to sing them. But now I have that earworm. Now I'll be hearing Huey Lewis and the News all day. I had a couple of tapes. A couple of Huey Lewis tapes. This needs to go this way. There. Also, I thought Michael J. Fox was awesome. I watched him, and I was a kid at the time, so I watched him in this sitcom he was on called Family Ties. And then he got real famous, like he was nobody. And then he got super famous doing like Teen Wolf and what else was it? Bright Lights, Big City. And he just blew up. He was making like, you know, a couple million a movie, which was huge for people at the time. And then he got Parkinson's. And then now that all kind of ended. What an awesome guy though, man. He literally was working on Family Ties and working on...
Just wow.
What?
It's been 3,333333333333333333 and 333,333,333,333 years so far.
Wow, Pi. What's up, Pi? Also, thank you for the resub. 40 months, man. 40 months. And how are you doing, Pi? Are you doing better? Hopefully. Let's see. Let's bring that down in like a shadow color here. Nice. Well, I know you have like the occasional, like I know it happens often for you. So it's just a thing you have to deal with, but I'm glad it's getting better. Yeah. It sucks when you have to manage stuff like that. It's never gonna leave you alone. I need a nap after your sub TTS Pi. That was a long one. I kind of know when it's Pi because they're usually long and complicated. What was the milkshake one too? That's a common one too that Pi has used. It sounds like slurpy and oddly suggestive, which is probably the point. Never know when it hits me. Yeah. See, that's what's worse. That's what's worse. Because it's just going to be out of nowhere and then mess with your life again.
I love a good milkshake.
Uh-oh, here we go. Wow. Wow. Well, thank you very much for the bits and the gross TTS Pi. Thank you so much. Super cool guy is not amused. Sorry about that, super cool guy. Not me, I know. No, I know what you mean. I got what you meant. How far are we going to go on this? We're going to go for a few more minutes. And we'll shade out this bag here. No, let's just keep working on his body. Keep working on his shadows here.
Let me add some cool beatbox. Some beatbox. Sure thing.
Uh-oh. What even is happening with that one? Wow. What even? That's really disgusting. I'm sorry, super cool guy. But he does have to pay for that to happen too, though. So thank you for the bits, Pie. Every time you hear those, it's because somebody paid me money. Well, thank you, Pie. I appreciate the bits. Does this come down all the way? Like, that's a lot. Maybe we need to make this a little more dynamic. And there's... I'm trying to map this out. I've got... Here, we'll do this color here on his leg. See, it comes up and over. See, this is the ankle. Just trying to define this a little bit. White ass feathers. Well, I get that. Yeah, it's gonna be a little funky for a bit here until I can kind of get a feel for the placement of these things. I think I had decided to make him a little less chubby. There we go. Just scrub in a little bit of shadow for him. Just coming up over his knee in here, and this. Yeah, this needs to not be like this. So here, let's do this. Come up over this part here. The knee is right there. So I'm going to just sort of imagine it coming up over the leg there. And then it's not going to be here. It's going to come up and just be sort of... here, we'll just cut right through all that. Like that. I think. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. And this needs to come down. There. And we'll also bring that in because we're making him less fat. Less chubby. Whoops. You just grabbed green. Something like that. It's going to come in, go bloop right up over there. So then this is going to come down here. There. There, that's looking like there's a butt in that seat now. a little bit better mapped out. Okay, and this it does kind of, in the reference it comes over, but I made him less fat, so we can move this over a little bit. Like that. Yeah. That's starting to take shape. I'll kind of do like a little bit of this as the belly of this comes out. And at least that's how I'm thinking of it, as a belly. And we'll just quickly redraw that just to put it in front, although it'll all get destroyed and rebuilt later. I think that's gonna be it for us today. He is gonna be a little bit smaller, and he's gonna be over here where my current talking frog is, and he will be doing the talking, and he'll have some frog deer, and I think that's gonna be neat. That's gonna be cute. Man, we have a lot of work. If you look at the schedule here, we're gonna be doing, I will come back, I'll be off tomorrow, and I will come back next Friday. So we've got 3 days here, then another 3 days, another 3 days. So we have 3 more sets of streams before the end of this month. Then we have December. So I think that we can get, I want to get like a mock-up, like a sort of a working basic version of the animated frog going in here, and we'll put up like a very basic version in place of my current frog, and then I'll just keep working, and you know, but I want to have like a working frog over here for now. I'm not going to wait to finish it. I want to get like a proof of concept, right? He's animated aminal. Animated frog sounds cool. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Pi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Super Cool Guy, for hanging out with us. We are done for now, and I'm going to say goodnight. And I want everyone to have a really great week. Goodbye.